Good afternoon, welcome to Solent Sports News. It's 3 o'clock. I'm Jasper Shiner and here are our latest sporting headlines. Britain's most decorated Olympian is facing heavy allegations of cheating. Latest reports from the Digital Culture, Media and Sport Committee has accused five-time gold medalist Sir Bradley Wiggins and Team Sky General Manager Dave Brailsford of abusing ethical loopholes, allowing them to use drugs for performance-enhancing methods instead of medical. Damien Collins, who chaired the inquiry, says there needs to be stricter regulations.
What we're saying is there's a question about the ethics of the use of medicines within sport, and one of the recommendations we make in the report is to say, actually, this shouldn't be a matter of judgment. If there are medicines which don't need to be taken, where there are clear performance-enhancing benefits from them, then we think those medicines should be banned.
Wiggins has taken to Twitter to deny the allegations, and speaking in December, Brailsford said he and his team have nothing to hide.
There was no question whatsoever of trying to cover up. It was just simply what I was being told, and I was too hasty in relaying that information on.
Southampton striker Manolo Gabbiadini has paid tribute to former teammate Davide Astori, who passed away at the weekend aged 31. The Fiorentina captain and Italian international was found dead in his hotel room after what the club described as a sudden illness. Gabbiadini posted a picture of himself and Astori alongside Italian legend Gianluigi Buffon with the message "Goodbye Davide, rest in peace." Chelsea manager and former Italy coach Antonio Conte also expressed his sorrow for Astori's family.
This is a tragedy, and this news really hit at me, and it's very difficult in this moment to find the right words for the family.
Southampton have fallen deeper into trouble after a goalless draw at home to fellow strugglers Stoke. The result means the Saints are now not only a point outside of the drop zone, but a win for Crystal Palace this evening would see them fall into the relegation places. Loud boos rang out around the ground at the final whistle, and fans leaving St Mary's were visibly disappointed.
Players have to take some responsibility, but the major responsibility lies upstairs, up there.
Change your manager, change your tactics. If it's clearly broken, you know, the phrase is if it's not broke, don't fix it. But it is broken, fix it.
Toxic club now, it is toxic, the atmosphere's toxic, the fans don't deserve this at all, we don't deserve it. The board seriously needs to sack him because Pellegrino is out of his depth here. He hasn't got a clue what he's doing anymore.
Bournemouth manager Eddie Howe was left frustrated by Riyad Mahrez as his side drew 1-1 with Leicester City. The Algerian winger curled home a sensational 25-yard free kick deep into injury time to cancel out Josh King's first half penalty. And whilst the Premier League sides were able to take to the field at the weekend, for the rest of the Solent teams it was a no-go thanks to the snow. The region was covered by the Arctic storm that swept across the south coast, and however, a quick turnaround for one team as Gosport Borough take on Hereford tonight in a fixture rescheduled from December. The FA's chief executive has apologised for comparing the Star of David to symbols like the swastika. Martin Glenn was discussing Pep Guardiola's donning of a yellow ribbon in support of Catalonian independence. During talks, he stated symbols such as the Star of David or a swastika were not wanted on football shirts. The comparison drew heavy criticism from the Jewish Leadership Council, and Glenn has apologised for any offence caused. In tennis, there's a new British men's #1 for the first time in 12 years. Carl Edmund's run to the semi-finals of the Australian Open in January have seen him rise to 24th in the world rankings. He's overtaken Andy Murray, whose continued absence through injury has seen the three-time Grand Slam winner drop to 29th. Linus Harrington joins us to discuss the potential dawn of a new era in British tennis. Linus, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
What do these ranking changes mean for British tennis?
Well, I think it's a sign of the continued growth in British tennis. Andy Murray's Grand Slams got the ball rolling, and of course you've got that Davis Cup win of 2015. Now you've got Edmund's rise, and it's another positive step in making Britain a force in tennis again.
Do you think that Carl Edmund is the best tennis player in Britain right now?
Well, I think it comes down to Murray's injury. It'll be interesting to see how he bounces back. Been played over the last year or so and may never fully recover. Look at someone like Nadal, who took so long to get back. Murray still will be the face of British tennis to most people, but Carl is certainly throwing his hat in the ring to be considered top dog.
And what now for Carl Edmund? Where's his future in the sport?
Well, he's a competitor, first and foremost, so that one semi-final won't be enough for him. He'll want to win titles and especially get that Grand Slam, so he has a bunch of potential and a bright future in the sport, I think.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for joining us, Linus.
Thank you.
And finally, Hampshire's Roger Black has paid his respect to one of Britain's greatest athletes. Sir Roger Bannister, the first man to run a 4-minute mile, has passed away on Saturday, aged 88. Tributes have poured in from across the country from the likes of Sebastian Coe and Steve Cram. Black nearly quit athletics to study medicine at Southampton University, but recalls how a letter from Bannister convinced him to follow his dream.
Obviously we were slowing the game down, but to put 7 minutes on, I felt the final whistle was seconds away when we gave the free kick away for the goal. It's a frustration, of course. We just wanted to get over the line so much and get those points, but it wasn't to be. And you have to give credit for Leicester for showing the moment that got them back in it.
Formula One's final pre-season test in Barcelona gets underway on Tuesday. The 4-day meet will host the latest on-track running for teams before the season opener in Australia on the 23rd of March. And just a rerun of our top line. Bradley Wiggins and Sir Dave Brailsford have... That's all for now. Join us in an hour for more sports headlines. I keep doing that. It's so popular.